Welcome back, everybody. Today we'll be making these beautiful gold and red coasters that we made in fall colors. So if you want to see how to make a set of these for yourself, stick with us as we resin together. Hey everybody, so we're ready to make our autumn themed coasters today. We have some gold colored glass that we're using from the center for resin-q, and then we got our yellow pigment powder. This is the Sunshine Bright Yellow from Pearl-Ex. We're going to mix a little bit of the Pinata Black in there with that just to bring it a little bit darker, more autumny colors. And then also from Pearl-Ex we have the Pumpkin Orange and then a little bit of red. This is the May Spring Wine Red that we're going to use. And then for the outside we have some burnt sienna alcohol ink for our outside border. So I've already gone ahead and poured a little bit of resin in the bottom of these just to let that set and give something for the colors to kind of ride on a little bit. And then I've added some of that gold glass, and I'll just finish up this last one so you can see what I did with it. Just going to take that and kind of push it in the middle. It's okay if it doesn't land perfectly in the center, because we're going to take our toothpick and kind of pull everything back in to make it tight to the center, and then just kind of tap everything down a little bit because you don't want any sharp edges sticking up once you finish the coaster. And it doesn't have to be perfectly round. Don't keep playing with it until it's perfect. You just want it all kind of grouped together just like that. Alright, so we're ready for that. So let's start portioning out our resin here. So the first one I'm going to do, and today of course we're using the Clearcast 7000 resin from the Epoxy Resin store. So one of my favorite resins to use. So the first one, just a little bit, that's just to make that border on the outside. And then about a half cup for the wine red, and a half cup for the orange, and a half cup for the yellow. There we go, and we'll save that extra in case we need to use it for anything else. So starting with the brown, this burnt sienna, give it a little bit of a shake, make sure it's mixed up good. And we'll do 10 drops because I want that border to be nice and rich. Okay, so this is my first time using the burnt sienna and it looks pink to me. So we're gonna drop back and not use that. We'll use that for something else. So let me grab another cup and we're gonna switch gears just a little bit and go to the May Spring Bronze Stone. That's why we have a little bit extra. So I'll have to remember that burnt sienna looks brown in the bottle, but it is pink when you mix it. I would have never expected to see that. And we'll just use a little bit of that in there, and of course put that here. So we'll get this out of there, and we'll be using the May Spring Bronze Stone. And here's that bronze stone. That'll do good on the outside of this. And so next we're going to mix our wine red. This is a good deep wine color. I think that's going to look great. There we go. Nice rich red color. Will look perfect. Next we'll mix up our pumpkin orange. Again, nice vivid orange color. I think that'll be great. Move this glass out of here. We're done with that. And then finally we're going to mix our yellow And this is that bright yellow. So I'm going to mix the powder first so I know what my color is before I start adding any black to it to darken it. There we go. So here's the yellow before we added some black. It's a really bright sunshiny yellow. So let's tone that down just a little bit with some black. 2 drops. And we'll see how that gets it. Alright, so let's try that again because that turned out bad. As I said when we introduced the series, I was going to show you the good and the bad, and so that did not work out quite the way we wanted it. So just to show you, it turned almost a goldy yellow. So we'll try that again. We might just use the yellow in its bright form and see how that goes, because of course the colors are going to mix and pull together as it goes. So let's try mixing the yellow again. We may just stick with that. Okay, so I've added just a pinch, just a hair of a pinch of the bronze stone into this, and that darkened it up just a little bit, left it with some striations as well. So I like that. I think that'll work out just good. Okay, so we're ready to pour our colors. We're going to start with the bronze stone because that's going to be our outside. We only have a little bit, but we only need a little bit because we're going to pinch this way back and just barely drizzle this around the outside. Remember, resin cures from the outside in, so we want to keep that in mind as we're pouring because it will definitely take over. Go back and add just a little bit more. Make sure we had enough for all of them. Just touch up this last one. There we go. Alright, so we'll set that to the side. Okay, so next, I think we'll save the red for the middle. Next we're going to do the orange. We're going to pour that right on that bronze stone. Go around a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. Might need to mix up a little bit more of the orange. see? There we go, that's good. Next, let's push our yellow. To add anywhere. Right in there. There we go. I'm actually going to add some more to that red because we got a lot of empty space to fill. Let me see how that looks after we mix it. There we go. So yeah, that'll look good. And that'll give us some more to fill in the center of these, because the red's going to pull in probably as it cures and hardens. So. So let's run our heat gun over it to pop some of the bubbles that have come up. Okay, so to break up some of this hard line, I'm just gonna take my toothpick and kind of swirl it to pull some of those colors around. Pull that yellow into the red, and then the red will come in with it. Do the same thing over here. Pull some of that yellow into the red. And finally, what we can do is kind of give it a swirl just to give it some effect. Pull a little bit more of that in, and then give it a swirl. Keep playing with it until it's done what you want it to do, until you like the look. There we go. All right, go over it one more time with the hot gun just to get rid of the last bubbles that came up. Alright, there we go. We'll come back when these are ready to unmold. Okay everybody, so it's been overnight and our coasters are ready to come out of their molds. So let's go ahead and pull them out. Very pretty. The colors definitely swirled together and kind of moved in with each other. So let's see how these turned out. Oh wow, definitely a three-dimensional effect with that in the center, but I think I like this side better. Looks good. It's the next one. Go. Pretty on that one as well, and then the back side. It'd be hard to tell which side I like better. I think they both look good. The three-dimensional kind of floating gold nuggets is an interesting effect. There's the front. Definitely see that brown in there, or the black. Brownstone, that's what we use, the bronzestone. And then the back. And finally, we were going for some autumn colors, but it kind of turned into a fiery golden coaster. So I have to think about the name for them. And again, there we go. Very pretty, very nice as well. Right, so this one is just a little bit warped because I didn't notice when I moved my coasters around that I had put a little stick under one side, so it tilted up on one side and got a bow to it. So that might be a lost cause, but overall I think they turned out well. If you would like to make these at home, I'll make sure to put the equipment used down in the description for the video, and I hope that you will give the video a like and subscribe to our channel so you can keep track of all the new videos that come out. Most of all, I want to thank you for joining us as we resin together.